won't know if somebody's downloaded PDFs?
In some cases, which are, well, because log files
important to some of our websites to know.
Because log files are standard, so I can much easier data mine the log file and understand even if there's something that happened that the JavaScript can't see, I can try to fix the log file and then view it on my end. Most of the JavaScript systems, like they're not custom-based. They are closed package. You just install the code and go to work. And you don't have as much flexibility to change stuff. And then, if you have some redirects and some more intense coding into the website, you can get into some problems.
Why do you have the JavaScript record the redirects?
If you call the redirects, but if you go to redirect and then if you call the redirect, it doesn't know that where to stop, where to start. It's like a loop. So that's a bit problematic. Cookies. First of all, cookies are not evil. It's a misconception. Cookies are very good for us, for the users, for everyone. The problem is the misuse of cookies and the misinformation which is spread out that cookies can hurt our privacy, etc. There are two types of cookies, basically. The first-party cookies, the third-party cookies. First-party cookie, if someone goes to my website, CompuCall, and CompuCall puts a cookie in the computer, it's a first-party cookie. But if someone goes to CompuCall and Formula puts a cookie, it's a third party, which is the privacy issue comes up in this case where I go to a CompuCall site and someone from a third company is doing while my browsing habits are. This is where it starts. This is one of the main cons, in my opinion, of JavaScript, that it, on 85% of the cases, we put a third-party cookie. Then, if you have Windows XP with the SP2, or pop-up blocker, or privacy, or whatever tools people now more and more install on their computers, you may have a problem with the JavaScript code. Because if this does not have a cookie, it does not track almost anything. With the log files, you can optionally add a first-party cookie, and then you get a much higher accuracy, basically pretty much the same as the JavaScript one, because a cookie is a unique code in my computer. When I go to a web page, and when it asks for the cookie, it's for my computer. So it doesn't matter, again, if I'm going through a proxy, or web server, or a cache page, I have in my computer the cookie, it reads the cookie, it records to the log file.
Reading cache page?
Yep.
Still approaches the server?
If it requests the cookie, then you solve the problem. If you didn't request the cookie, then you can be much more static and you don't know where you are. But the cookie really solves this issue, because it identifies the user. Deployment. Again, log files already exist. There is no code deployment required. Sometimes very simple adaptations if the server is not configured properly, but it's really usually 3 minutes of work tops. With the JavaScript, you have a big problem because you have to deploy the code throughout the site, every page of your website. If you have a dynamic page, you can put it in the main dynamic page and let it run automatically, but you may then lose the ability to understand the names of the pages. Then if you want to add the names, you must go and deploy each page by its name or the conversions. So it's a bit more laggy. The costs. In my opinion, this is the major difference between the two approaches. Again, 85% of the cases, the log file analyzer will be a software you buy, and you have your own license for a software which is yours. With the JavaScript tracking, you are mostly purchase some kind of an ASP, application service provider, on a monthly fee forever based on the amount of traffic your website receives. So if you have up to 1,000 paid views per month, you will pay $50, and if you have 500,000, you will pay $500 per month for life. Whereas in the log analyzer, whatever the cost, it's a one-time cost, plus of course maintenance, update, etc. But this is the main difference, and the ownership of the application. The last one, nowadays the most, let's say, hot issue is the data ownership. When you analyze log files, they're yours. They're on your server, it's your data. When you go with the JavaScript tracking code to a third party, the data is saved on their servers. Therefore, you have two problems. One, it's not yours. You have to ask them to give you the data if you want. It makes you dependent on a specific vendor, basically for life, because if you want to switch vendors, you just lost your. Second one is the standardization. Web trends, click tracks, deep metrics, hitlink, whatever vendor you're going to use, each saves the data with its own standard. And most of them cannot be read by others, not for the record, perhaps not mistakenly. So that's about it about JavaScript log files. Is this helping in any way? You getting the picture? Something not clear you want to ask?
What's the common in the market today? Most people continue using log files, or
Well, it goes up and down. Right now, there is a major trend towards JavaScript, but owning the data. So what people do is they purchase the whole server that collects on their farm. It's very expensive. I mean, instead of using $50 per month, you have to install a 15K machine and software and traffic and everything. But large websites, newspapers like this, they want to own the data and they want JavaScript. Again, when you have large websites, there's the issue of caching, which makes tracking very difficult for log files. And Ryanair, for instance, or Yahoo.
but knowing the formula, what would be your recommendation for us
Log files.
in this room? To continue using log files
100%.
and continue hosting those on shared servers.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely. Definitely, because it's much cheaper. I mean, if you take the amount of money you have to pay for the software, first of all, you are dependent on the traffic. So you want, but you have to pay for it a lot of money. So if you pay for an average amount of $100 per month, after 2 years you pay $2,400. You can buy two ClickTrack optimizers for this amount.